Hey, WokeNFree Nation, Newsly is an audio app for iOS and Android. It picks up web articles about the most trending topics on the web at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural human voice.
For the first time in the history of the internet, the entire web becomes listenable. Browse articles from topics you choose and start playing. Stop scrolling, start listening.
You can follow any topic as specific as you like, from sports, science to Bitcoin, or even one of your favorite celebrities. It will find you the latest articles and read them to you aloud.
And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 50 countries. Our podcast, WokeNFree, is there too.
Now let's get into the episode. Hi, it's Natasha.
And Khalil.
And we are the co-hosts of
WokeNFree.
Thank you for tuning in to our 285th episode of WokeNFree. If you've been tuning in every week for WokeNFree Wednesday, you know that WokeNFree is all about being real and honest with each other and you. We talk about everything and anything important to us, you, the world, and nothing is off the table. This week we're asking the question, does your Zodiac sign say anything about your personality? But before we dive deep into that fascinating topic, a couple of things to cover. First, have you gone to WokeNFree.com? Not just because it's an awesome site, not just to listen to this episode, but have you downloaded it through the Podbean app? If you download the app so that you can download this episode, you'd be able to put in your comments and you could share with us what your Zodiac sign is, how similar or dissimilar you are based on the personality traits that are purported based on whatever outlet you're looking at, and so on. So we definitely think there's a lot to be said here, not just on our end, but on your end as well. So make sure you go to WokeNFree.com and download this app, download the Podbean app to be able to put in your comments. Now, if you listen to podcasts on a device where you can't get another app, for instance, on it, it's a little bit sad there, but what you can do is go to WokeNFree.com, go on the listen tab, and then you could pick your platform of choice where you're going to follow and subscribe to WokeNFree. So we're on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora. It's a WokeNFree world. Where most podcasts are listened to or consumed, we are there. So make sure you do that on WokeNFree.com. You can also click to subscribe and follow the show through the Podbean app and through social media. We'd love to hear from you on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, and LinkedIn at WokeNFree. And then if you have 90 seconds, which is more of a statement, less of a question, we'd love for you to review the show. Why? Because we want to know how the show's feeding into your life. So where do you go? Go to WokeNFree.com, go on the listen tab, and then pick your platform of choice where you're going to review the show at. And thank you in advance. Kicking it to you, Khalil.
I'll take it from here then. Before starting the conversation, we'd like to share a little bit about ourselves. This week we're asking, would you rather have universal respect or unlimited power?
I would have to go for unlimited power because respect to me feels like there's still a gap in abilities of what I would want to do, but unlimited power would mean potentially I could confer that financially. I could confer that through, creating world peace. I could confer that to being able to build establishments and support systems to get rid of homelessness. Like, I feel like that would be the option that would really tackle some of the societal issues that I personally have issues with.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. I agree with you. I would choose unlimited power because I would like to have the final authority on everything.
That's
and nobody can tell me no.
In nature at all.
But you're unlimited, so you have it. It's just like you snap your finger and it has to happen. They can't say no.
But the only thing that's what I like your about question raises. Do you remember that scene in Aladdin where Aladdin tricks Jafar to saying, "Well, you think you're powerful, but you're not really as powerful. Genie is more powerful from you." And so it makes me think, if you have unlimited power, would it mean like you become a genie? I mean, he was a cool looking genie, but he still ended up in a stupid genie model.
If you're thinking about a superpower, I'm thinking about this as, like, just because since the question asked about universal respect, I'm thinking about unlimited power in terms of power that you have in terms of, like,
reality.
No, but I don't want to say it like that. But I want to say it has to be similar to what is respect, what is power in terms of humans. Like, respect is a it's a way that people appreciate each other. You know, it's a certain kind of, it demands certain kind of, I guess I'm trying to think of like a good definition of the word respect, and comparing, like, the power needs to be comparable to respect, not like unlimited superpowers. I don't think the question is on that vein. I mean, it could be taken, you know, these questions could be taken anyway.
Because you could be respected but not have very little power.
But that's what's funny. That's
ultimate power,
people can really respect you and not take a word you say. Like, they can just say, I really like what you're saying. I love what you're saying, but I'm not going to do all that.
The Dalai Lama, but I don't think the Dalai Lama has unlimited power.
He doesn't have that, It's like that, I mean, people can have so much respect, but that doesn't mean they're going to take his advice. But if you have unlimited power, it's you. I think of it kind of like you have control over every country. Like, you say something, it has to happen. People can't even say no to you.
You would end.
So that's what it is.
Russia,
you could actually stop all fights, and you could say, you know what, I'm drawing up my own borders, and that's what it is.
There will be no fighting, no killing, no shedding of blood.
You could say it's open borders for all. I mean, you could do whatever you want.
Absolutely.
That's what unlimited power is.
The folks in Mexico, we would take care of having unlimited health care and really taking care of our people, you know, being a people first society. That's what I would focus on.
So totalitarian, right?
It's totalitarian.
As long as held by the right person.
But it would be, held in the right person. But, you know, my goal is really to be able to have people recognize the greatest power we have is each other, and we need to just take care of each other. Instead, we prioritize and focus on money and assets, and that's the wrong move, because that's, you know, people is what take care of other people, not buildings or cryptocurrency. Right? Like, it's very sad to me.
Buildings don't take care of people.
Money.
I think you need shelter.
Money doesn't do anything for you. It's
but
the person who
do.
has. Yeah, but it's it has to be built by a person. Yeah. Like, that's what the essence of the strength in who we are is each other, not the assets that we make or the byproduct of humans.
I mean, cryptocurrency is just that's not anything, right?
Anything.
That doesn't
Same
exist.
thing. Money, it only exists because we made it that way.
But what about buildings, though? That's actual shelter.
That exists because we made it that way.
But it's good for animals.
Yes,
need
but
that.
The same way that they exist is the same way they get torn down by people. Like, the thing about our society is that we fail to focus on what's most important with it, which is the humanity of who we are, not the assets attached to our society. But, you know, that's for another episode.
Wow. So, I mean, you're taking this a different way. I think you need some of the items, though, that we've created here. Like, it's not...
Yeah, of course.
Like, some of the items are necessary.
But I don't want people to prioritize, as you said, like, border territories over the well-being of human beings. It's crazy.
Yeah,
like, I mean, that's not even a right word, so I retract that. I would say it is illogical, and it's insensitive, and it is not really... a people-first approach to society.
Well, I mean, now we know a lot about our... I mean, you could get a little bit out of our personalities from that question being asked, can't you? Because you see that some...
Or you just are like, Tasha, you're a modern-day hippie. Which,
you're like that, and then, I mean, I'm just like...
Peace and love, everyone.
Yeah, that's the way you go. I'm not, and I'm not like Thanos at all. I'm just somebody who wants to make the world better. So that's a little bit different.
I was just watching the one after Infinity War. That's so funny that you brought that up.
Endgame, I guess.
I guess, yeah. That's
Endgame. I think came after it.
My favorite part is when. Well, I can't do it because it's a spoiler, but
my favorite part is when they actually check. Does your Zodiac sign predict your personality?
You're creepy.
That's my favorite part.
That's your favorite part?
Yeah.
When they turn to Thor and they say, "What's your Zodiac sign?"
Yeah.
And he just brings his hammer. And then
that part was interesting. Yeah, exactly. I revealed that. I'm sorry, that was a spoiler.
In your mind only. Okay. Well, according to CoStarAstrology.com, and you can find all our links on the episode at WokeNFree.com. I am a Virgo. My birthday's September 5th. Hey!
Oh, wow.
And my Virgo traits, as listed on CoStarAstrology.com, are as following. Virgos need to feel useful. They have a quick fix for everything. They're judgmental, but with good intentions. Exceptional spatial awareness. A million ideas per second. So even within those traits, like I'm, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm 4 out of 5. I don't have exceptional spatial awareness at all. I barely pay.
You don't have that kind of like Zen to
Yeah,
you.
barely pay attention to what's around me. But everything else definitely on point. And then when I looked up Virgo personality traits on allure.com, they said the following: you know the expression, if you want something done, give it to a busy person. Well, that definitely is the Virgo anthem. Virgos are logical, practical, and systematic in their approach to life. Virgo is an earth sign historically represented by the goddess of wheat and agriculture, an association that speaks to Virgo's deep-rooted presence in the material world. This earth sign is a perfectionist at heart and isn't afraid to improve skills through diligent and consistent practice. So I think that, definitely speaks to the heart of who I am. And to answer the question of, what's the correlation between your zodiac sign and personality traits? Is it a 1-for-1? I would say typically I have found for myself, I can't speak for everyone else, but for myself, I haven't, every time I've read about Virgos, it's never been 100% accurate, but it's pretty darn close. Like I would say I'm a Virgo through and through, but there are deviations for sure, for me at least.
All right. And to go back to the exceptional spatial awareness, that just reminded me of the anime Naruto, because there's a special ability that a clan on there has.
Excuse you?
There's a clan on there has.
Clan on?
No, a clan. Literally a clan that is on the show. It's not no clan on. That is not. I mean, you never know, right? With the animes, it could be a name.
Jesus.
A clan on the show. It's not a clan on. I don't know what that would be, but it's like it could be possible. There's all sorts of names they come up with. So you're just taking things differently, though. So that's just different.
I like clan on.
Yeah, but that's a weird thing. But there's a word for the exceptional spatial awareness, actually. It's called Byakugan, and that's what people can do.
Okay.
That's a real thing. But that's all I can think of. It's like, you don't have the Byakugan. You can't do that. You don't have that
Not all
foresight.
of us are winners, right?
It's an inherited trait, so you can't develop it.
So you're blaming mom and dad here.
No, I'm just saying you don't live in a ninja world, so you're not born with ninja traits.
Yeah, no.
So that's the thing.
Things to look forward to.
But maybe the Virgos in the Naruto show, maybe they have the spatial awareness.
Well, maybe if they join
maybe
the
they're all
Clanons.
Virgos. That does not appear in that anime. That's the one thing I can say for sure. It could appear in a different anime. I don't know, like the Moonlings or something.
Excuse you?
I'm just saying, if there's an anime called the Moonlings, they may have clan-ons.
Stop
on the
giving
Moonlings.
all these good ideas away.
I'm just saying, that could be a movie too. I mean, It's up to you if you want to help develop it, or maybe the WokeNFree Nation wants to. They can write their own fan stuff on it. They're going to say that as well.
Ooh la la. That's how they greet each other. Ooh la la.
Exactly. That's what the Moonlings do.
Exactly. And then
the
they
Clan-ons.
the Clan-ons. Yep.
Yeah, they fight each other on the moon.
And then they blow up the earth. And then there's one
Why do they
left
blow up the
insect
earth when
that
they
says, ooh la la.
Even though they live on the moon, they're blowing up the earth?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because they're very reminiscent of humans, yep.
Oh, okay.
They're pre-human.
Just add stuff in there.
Yep.
Good.
As we want, we're destined to do that, so
okay.
Our predecessors are as well.
And there's a robotic arm that lives inside the moon. Because it's got to be animated. It's got to be there's got to be some quirk to it. It just, I don't know. You just got to throw that in there.
For that one.
It just has to be there. I don't know how it got there. That's how different things are.
We've really gone down a different yellow brick road. Let's bring it back.
I know there was another brick, but I won't throw that in because it has nothing to do with this, but it just it was something I learned, but I could bring it up later if it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of this question, I am a Leo, and that's the zodiac sign for those born between July 23rd and August 22nd.
Okay.
So the symbol for Leo, of course, is the lion. I think a lot of people know that, even if you hate zodiac signs.
Mm-hmm.
And it says that these folks are regal, proud, and full of themselves. Haha.
Exactly.
Good joke. But they are also warm-hearted, fun-loving, and have a big heart.
So that's the discrepancy there for you. Okay.
I think that's the discrepancy.
That's the deviation there. Yeah. Okay.
But
big heart or heartless. Yep.
Wow, that's a good one.
Or put that imaginary or in there.
If you say that, but Leo is for some reason it's a fixed sign, and that just says that they're loyal, they're stuck in their ways. But
God, yes,
it's not a bad thing. They are also reliable and consistent.
True.
That seems pretty true. I mean,
Like
according
oatmeal,
to what
yeah.
I do. No, I mean oatmeal.
It's consistent.
Yeah, but it might not be reliable because if you heat it up too much, it could be a weird consistency.
Or I thought you were going to go down the route of sour milk in it.
No, I mean you shouldn't put that in it. I would put good stuff in the oatmeal, not bad stuff like that.
Condition milk. Yeah.
If you say so, I mean, you're doing different things. They like to be in charge, and they like to be the center of attention.
Oh, God, yeah.
Leo's governed by the sun, and the element is fire. Makes them creative, passionate, and full of energy. Leo is a powerful sign, and those who have it are natural leaders. They're also generous, have a strong sense of justice. And if you're looking for a partner who's loyal, fun, and has a heart of gold, look for Leo, is what they were saying.
So are you, like, trying to advertise yourself to me or to others?
No, it just seems like... According to the Zodiac, it seems like Leo's the best sign. It's weird.
Oh,
that's just according to them. Yeah, I didn't come up with this.
Maybe the person who wrote this is a Leo.
I don't know, because you could even do your own searching. You can look up what's the best Zodiac signs, and Leo's always leading the pack. I mean, sometimes it comes in third, but a lot of times it comes in number one. Virgo's on there sometimes, but Leo's always on there. And then they have Scorpio up there. They got different ones up there. So I think some of the strengths, they definitely ring true for me. And even some of the previous stuff I said, I mean, I agree with a lot of that. I don't know why it's true, but it definitely does ring. So I think I'm original is the strength that they listed. They said
definitely
open-handed. I mean... I don't know where they're going with that, but...
Deviation. Yeah. Deviation. Kind.
That's
deviation,
different.
Yeah.
Kind. Charming, humorous.
Definitely, yes.
See, I like humor.
Charming.
Humor's good.
It depends on how you define charming, I guess.
Well, I would
in like a kind of barbaric manner.
I wouldn't say charming. You know what I would say? Striking. It would be is what I say.
Physically, yes.
No, not physically. Personality-wise, striking, because it's something that you don't expect.
I guess, yeah.
but it's still captivating though, because you see it and you're like,
well, that's
I wonder.
True. Yes, it is captivating because it's
like
it's quite barbaric.
No, it's not
in
even
your
close.
Face. It is.
It might be in your face, but it's not barbaric at all.
Because when I think of charming, I think of like romancing, and you're more like, here you go, have at it, kind of a person. You're not like
sense.
Ooh la la, ooh la la la.
Yeah, that's all I am. All Mike is ooh la la. When I have energy, when I'm at full energy, then it's always like that.
No, you're more like press a button. I'm ready, and that's like
doesn't sound like me.
Like wine and dine, and
I know that doesn't sound
stroll on the beach.
Doesn't sound like me. And the weaknesses they mentioned is haughty taughty. I don't know why they said that.
Exactly.
Egotistic, lazy, immobile. That's a good one. That's
depressing.
I like those, but I don't think they describe me. I mean,
well,
that's
in the morning
crazy.
when you don't want to wake up because you're so tired. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I guess that could be immobile in the morning because it's tough. They say the likes of the theater, preparing celebrations.
Definitely
I mean, these are not things that I do.
Those are deviations.
Being appreciated, I like that. Luxury things,
yes,
maybe.
You are into the fine things in life, yes.
I don't know what amazing colors means, but entertainment. I like entertainment.
So you're a party animal. Cool.
Yeah, but preparing celebrations, not so much.
That's a
see how this, I mean, I don't know.
That's what I said. It's never 100%.
This just seems like 50%, right? And then things that I don't like, hatred for ignorance. That's true. I don't like ignorance. Challenging situations of high difficulty. I don't know.
I would question that. I think you actually thrive in challenging situations.
I do. I don't
think you're a fan of it, but I don't think you cower from them.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one. And then inappropriate treating.
Yeah, that
must be treated as a king or queen.
You are
like to be treated well. Yeah, that's true.
Respect me, or you will come for people.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I could end just end the relationship because of just an inappropriate treatment. So it's true. I'm talking about any type of. It could be a friendship if just one thing could come up.
Well, you're quick to death.
Yeah, it'd be like you gotta. But I will forgive people. But if they don't ask for the forgiveness, then they're out, and that's it. I don't even recognize you.
Okay, King Richard.
No, I do that. No, but I know because other people they're just saying you're gone, you're gone. See, I don't do that. I give people second chances. That's
other people as AKA me.
What? No. What do you mean you?
Because you're like other people don't have a comeback, but you're saying for you have a
no. I'm just saying
one pass you give people.
No, I'm saying in general, people don't do what I do in terms of if they get wronged and they dead somebody, that's it. There's no coming back. But for me, you might be deaded, but I agree with zombies. You can come back to life. There's no. You're not gone forever.
I agree with zombies.
Yeah. You don't have to be gone forever, but most people, if you're gone, you're gone. I mean, they're not,
so
they don't let you grovel back.
For Leo's, Night of the Living Dead.
It could be that. It definitely could be that.
Virgo's Twilight series.
I don't know, but about Virgo males, they may not be into that. They might be more of a...
No, I can't speak to my male counterpart.
They might like John Wick instead. I don't know.
Oh, gosh.
You know, just different. Do you believe your match... Do you think you really match up with your zodiac sign personality traits?
So here, based on like what I was saying earlier, I do think that there's correlation, but I do want to pose it in the episode that I'm a firm believer that your life is a representation and an expression of what's in your mind. So I've been paying attention to zodiac signs since I was a child. So it begs the question, am I a liken to my zodiac sign personality traits because I just happen to be a Virgo? Or was it that I've been reading about it for, I don't know, the last 25 plus years, 30 plus years. And so I have created the narrative in my mind, which I then express out in life, right? It's that chicken egg thing. So I just wonder if I never was exposed to zodiac stuff, would I still act the way that I do and have alignment, or is that alignment essentially self-created? I personally think a little bit on the latter, not the former, and that I think because I've believed in zodiac signs and the impact on your personality, I think I'm just created the life that I had the narrative in my mind for. So yes, but I think I helped influence that decision. How about you?
I mean, I think in some regards, yes, but some no. It's kind of like 50-50 to me. And I used to believe in the zodiac signs too growing up, so it could have had some influence on me, possibly, but...
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know how much, to be honest. I wasn't, even when I believed in it, I wasn't so into it. Like, oh, what's my zodiac say for today? I didn't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, like I'd get magazines,
I just look randomly.
I would look it up pretty much every week.
Wow, yeah, so you were always into
zodiac,
that.
Yes,
I wasn't that into it, and I mean, some of them seem to match, so it's kind of funny.
But I'm not into it where I'm like, moon rising on this and Mercury that I don't know the full breadth of all
you do like your tarot card readings too on your own.
That's separate and apart from this, but
it's different.
Have I been into that stuff? Yeah, I have, but I'm not deeply rooted in that stuff, but I do believe in magic. I believe in Hogwarts.
I mean, you better believe in magic. I hope you do.
Yes. Didn't we have an episode on that or no? Yes, we did. I thought we talked about magic.
Yeah, but
we'll have to bring another one back.
But I mean, just as a summary, magic is just something you can't explain. It doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like where magic happened right now, we're recording something on this electronic device. That's magic.
Okay, then.
That's not magic. Show that to a 17th century warlord.
Well, it would be a warlord.
Yeah. He would be so amazed.
He, too. Nice.
Yeah,
nice
it's a warlord. I didn't say war queen.
Oh, okay.
But actually, a lord could be male.
Exactly.
I mean, it could be. It goes both ways. But I mean, I'm talking about the 17th century. Not to say that there weren't females that were doing that.
Ding, ding,
but I'm just talking about a specific one, right? I don't have to be so general. You want it to be a general. I'm talking about a specific person who would hear this and say, "You guys have magic. What dark arts do you practice?" You know, he would ask about that. And then we would say, this is not any dark arts sort. This is not magic indeed. This is technology. So that's the interesting thing. I know this summary it went a little bit further than the summary, but I don't know if we did an episode on it. I can't remember.
We'll have to talk more. We'll have to, double down and figure that out. But there's always more to talk about when it comes to magic.
You are now listening to
WokeNFree.
WokeNFree.
WokeNFree, a podcast about being real and honest.
Do you think there are any downsides of making a connection between zodiac signs and personality traits?
Yes and no. So there are some people in my life who are not big fans of putting themselves in boxes, and you know who I'm referring to there. And I appreciate that stance because you should never box yourself in, right? Like same thing from Dirty Dancing. No one puts baby in the corner, right? Like you should live life on your terms, and even if you happen to resemble your zodiac sign, do you have to live the truth in the narrative of that 100%? No, of course not. As we mentioned in this episode, there are deviations, and that's okay. And I think that the downside of believing in your zodiac sign and then drawing the connection or correlation to your personality traits is, do people then feel constrained? Like if you see that, oh, your sign should be XYZ, then what if you naturally tend to be a little bit different? Are people going to subdue themselves? Are they going to try to be something that they're not just because, hey, that doesn't really fit the story of what their sign is? I think it could create pressure to not live your authentic truth just because it may really differ from, like, for instance, what if there's a Leo who's not really into being queen-like or king-like or, stroke my ego, God forbid. What if there's like a really, selfless Leo? I think people would be shocked to find such a thing.
But I think I've never heard of anybody actually testing these out. That actually needs to be tested, right? Like, let's get 5,000 Leos, let's get 10,000 Virgos, and let's see, do they do anything that's similar? Is there any correlation
the likelihood
between
of
anything?
Matching your personality traits based
is there
on
any?
Interesting. I'm not
and
sure
how many did
to,
not match?
I've
never heard of a study like that, but that would be interesting.
Because I think I've hit like Virgo probably like 85%. I feel like there's some things I differ on, but mostly yes, I'm there. But that's the biggest downside I think to the correlation between zodiac sign and personality traits. How about you?
Yeah, I agree. I think you can try to box off who you are and then not really kind of find yourself because you say, oh, I read the zodiac sign. I have to be this way. So that's who I am. That's all there is. And then you don't really explore the personality anymore. Maybe you're not as creative as it tells you that you are. Maybe
you're stiff as a board.
Maybe you're more into numbers and you like to just crunch numbers all day. You like to see, you like to do your cubes and stuff. You want to see how far could you go in life with just doing multiplication in your head.
Watching too much shows. Specifically, shout out to the parent test.
That's what that is. Okay. There's different things you could do though. You can, you can get really caught up in this thing instead of being the person that you truly are. And then I think also a bigger problem is I think like potential partners could judge you on your zodiac sign and they could say, I'd never date a Scorpio. They're too whatever. So
lies and fairy
I think people say that kind of stuff.
Of all the signs, that's the most sexual one. So you definitely would have been down for that one.
Wait, are you taking I'm saying what people say.
I'm not saying
what
myself. I know what I
Yeah, so wait, are you trying to aim that at me? Because when I said that statement, that was an example.
Did I not look at you and say that?
But when you look at me, you might be looking through me, through the microphone, into our audience's eyes. So that's the thing. I don't know who you truly are seeing.
Are you sharing lyrics of a future song?
No. I'm trying to get into the deeper meaning of things. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I mean, it doesn't make sense when you think about
You're so perplexed.
Because you're trying to say that example was me, but I never said it was me. I didn't say Khalil said this. I said people say
that would be too much accountability. Gotta keep people on their toes.
Is that what this is about? Accountability now? We've never done an episode about accountability, so that's the thing. We've never tried that, so that's something different. But people definitely judge others based off. Oh, at least people that are into zodiac signs will judge people based on what their zodiac sign is. Call out.
There are definitely people.
Say that.
I've heard people who say they would never date a Leo woman, or they would never date a Leo man.
Yeah, see that kind of stuff. Then you start getting weird.
People come for Virgos haters.
Exactly.
Beyonce
they say Virgos are just
so
too
obviously
pushy.
This is perfection. Thank you. And
well, sometimes you make the top 3 of best zodiac signs.
Oh yeah, because we're a very popular sign, right? Because people were bumping and grinding in the winter, and there comes their September baby 9 months later, I wonder
which is the most. I don't even know which.
I think
more
Virgos
common.
are in the top 3, according to a recent TikTok that I watched. So.
Most babies are. A lot of babies are made during that. It's not really just evenly distributed. I don't know.
And I believe the winter time, right? Because people are cold, and you know what they like to do when they're cold. So, it's that whole situation.
Okay.
But,
all right.
But nonetheless, that's a good call out. And we encourage people to, not box themselves in based on just your sign.
And don't box other people either.
Most of
you box other people
especially for the light, like partner decisions. That's not the deciding factor.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. That's
now, there are
strange.
signs to avoid because, there's just general incompatibilities.
Oh, wow. So
but you have to be careful because, like, for us, our signs are incompatible with each other. And it doesn't, because you're toxic.
I know, it's definitely Leo being toxic.
Singe the earth. I am the earth and you are the fire.
It's not what they claim the Virgos. It's nothing about that. It's all
Did you
about
not hear
Leo.
perfection?
It's not about the Virgos.
Quarrel with perfection?
Because if you're like a blade of grass, the wind will blow you in any way, and you'll just take.
Is this from your anime movie you're making?
No, this is from Virgo City.
Well, excuse you. That's not where the Klingons or Clanons live.
But it's definitely where the Virgos live. You know that.
You're a hater.
No, I'm just saying. Because what they say about Virgos, there's some weaknesses that
we're hard.
issues.
We're definitely hard. Well, it's because we expect the best, and most people like to live in mediocrity, and they are okay not reaching their highest goals. And Virgos are all about reaching the peaks, and that's really challenging if society doesn't like prioritize that. And in certain parts of the world, it depends. I imagine like China and like Middle East or, Caribbean, those types of traits are welcome. But in America, there's so many different approaches to success. So a more stringent approach is, I think, typically not favored here. But that is also potentially another episode.
Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? It's scenario time. Scenario 1. Kyra is a soccer coach for a neighborhood little league. Before Saturday's big game, she decided to bench her best player in favor of another player whose Zodiac sign was set to win big for that day. Do you think this is a good way of coaching a young soccer team?
This seems foolish. No, this is foolish. What are you saying?
Because you know how it tells you sometimes today's your lucky day.
This is foolishness.
It'll tell you that. So
what are you suggesting?
This is something that people take to heart.
This is superstitious nonsense.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes.
Okay.
What kind of foolishness is this?
But for true Zodiac believers, is it so superstitious or is it just real life?
But as we know, there's anomalies in anything, and life throws curveballs at you. And if you already have a player that you've seen perform very well through the season, there's no reason not to have that player perform and thrive because there's, some type of voodoo tea leaf scenario that told you, oh, this other person could win because this is their lucky day. Because guess what? It could be their lucky day to win lotto and they would lose the game. Like,
but this is the little league. They shouldn't be playing lotto anyway.
Or their parents played it on their behalf. Or
whatever.
Like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I just think you shouldn't go by estimations or forecasting alone. You should also look at actual data and performance. And if a player has been consistently performing well, and you would even deem them as your best player, then you should stick with a strategy. And again, I'm not the biggest sports person. I do like consuming certain content more so now than ever. But ultimately, for what I do know is you should, if the numbers support consistent effort of a player, then you should reward that player by having them in the game. And anything else other than that seems foolish to me.
Wow.
And your response?
I just think this is actually a really great way of getting fired. Because people will say that, the parents are going to hate you, right, for putting in this person who never does well. And then the team is going to be mad too. They're going to say, what made you do this? And you're going to have to reveal why you did it too. If you were trying to hide it, it's not going to be hidden for long. And then once they know you believe these Zodiac signs should govern everything, then they're going to think you're inept to do this job, right?
Probably.
Because you make this take over your life. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. You can do it if you want, but you're just going to have to probably get a different job after that. I don't know if you're getting paid to do this, but hopefully not, because that was not
poor decision making.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I don't know how you can make up for that one. It just seems weird. Mm-hmm. Scenario 2. Verena needs to know a potential friend's Zodiac sign before she will strike up any real talk with them. If she is satisfied with the Zodiac's predicted traits for the person, she won't ghost them. Do you think using Zodiac signs are the best way to judge somebody?
Ooh. So we were kind of alluding to this earlier in the episode. This is a hard one because, for instance, Virgo doesn't do well with certain signs, but it doesn't mean that you can't have a relationship or that you can't have good times with some of the forecasted or quote unquote incompatible signs. So for instance, I've seen that Virgos and like Sagittarius do get on well, but as you know, I've also had contentions in life with Sagittarius.
Most of them, yeah.
But there are like new people in my life that are Sag, and I get on with them, fine. So it's challenging. I would say, this person, when you look at people, you need to have a 360 look, right? It's not just about one thing or one part of their personality, but it's the whole 360 approach to why someone should be in your life, what they're bringing to the table, what you're bringing to the table, how you relate to each other, what is the opportunity for you to be a blessing in each other's lives. And even on the surface, if it's identified that, maybe you aren't compatible from a zodiac perspective. And you can look at zodiac compatibility from a friendship level, also romantic level, just FYI in case people aren't already doing that. But even if it shows, this could be problematic, still give it a go, right? If you're intrigued, it's always better to find out and then be like, okay, no, than to not do it and then always wonder what if.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I could tell that zodiac signs is not a good way to judge somebody because I think about how we're being tracked on the internet and even by these big box stores. They don't use our zodiac signs in our profiles. They don't care about that. So that's how I know that these zodiac signs aren't that important, because otherwise our local superstores would be using that in our profiles and they don't even care about that.
And what if next week that changes?
Then I know that zodiac signs are a great way to judge somebody. Then.
Okay, because, then you retract.
Yeah, I would, because I know, because if money talks, so if somehow these zodiac signs are really great, they would be using it. It's not, they don't care about whatever. If it actually does predict things about people, they're going to want to use it.
That's
these social media companies, they would be using it too. That's how I know it's definitely not a big thing. It's not there. It would be used by everybody. Scenario 3. Stefanos is a budding artist with a big upcoming show. He found out recently that he is an Aries whose trait includes competitiveness. Knowing this, he's thinking of throwing out all his pieces of art and becoming an MMA fighter. Does it make sense to change your personality to match the traits of your zodiac sign?
You mean change the job, right? To match, essentially, because that's what this scenario is asking about. Like,
well,
he's gonna
change his career, but technically even his personality, because he's not competitive. But MMA is a very competitive thing. That's what it's asking.
Okay.
Look, he's doing art. I mean, there's really no competition with art. I mean, there could be, but it's not as competitive as a one-on-one battle.
Well, I think that could be argued, but
it could be argued, but you don't have to. But your art doesn't have to battle somebody. MMA, you literally are fighting somebody. That's the most competitive thing you could do, right?
It's a fight. It's a very aggressive shift there.
Yeah, an artist.
Yeah, that's from super aggressive.
From modern art to MMA, blood sport.
Yeah, I mean, art. Dealer, 2.0 kind of situation.
Art dealer, so you better buy my art.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
or I'll punch you in the face. If that's allowed, I'm not
of
sure.
Course,
I don't watch
choking
MMA.
out. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Of course, hits to the face.
Of course, you watch that. Yep.
Smart. To say, of course, it's not predicted by my zodiac sign. My zodiac sign would predict. I'm just laying in the bed.
Aren't you the lion?
Yeah, but they said...
Isn't that super aggressive?
It said lazy lion laying in the bed licking his wounds. That's what it said
by
previously.
Himself. Exactly. Okay. So what I would say to this is life shouldn't be dictated by the terms or the parameters of anyone else other than you. And so if he is sick and tired of being an artist and wants to really change things up and go a real different direction, then he should do that. If he's only doing it because there's this potential information that suggests that he could and should do something else, I just think that's dangerous because it opens you up to potentially having regrets and then again making decisions that aren't in alignment with your authentic truth. And so people who pursue art, I think, do so for different reasons than people who pursue MMA fighting. And so...
Really?
You know, it's just like a hinge I have. Like a little hunch, I think. Yeah. So...
Good guess.
Yeah. So, it's like the difference between... being a lawyer and being like a Navy SEAL. I think those are two different categories of careers where people are like, different, a little bit different.
What about being a fisherman?
Or being a stand-up comedian, right? Like a little bit different reasons why you would do either of those things. So you should do what is in his heart, what makes him happy. And I'm not suggesting that you can't make radical shifts like that. There are people who go from working at NASA and then they are stand-up comedians, or they are security guards and now they are franchise owners of a,
Little Neck Clam Show. Farm.
I was going with a fried chicken joint, but
Little Neck Clam Farm.
Correct, exactly. Whatever that is. That's seafood, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they're raising them. Yeah, they have their own little farm.
Fabulous.
Yeah, tasty.
Anything you want, right? So I'm not suggesting that. I want people to understand that if you want to make a radical shift, totally make a radical shift, but do it on your terms. Do it because you want to do it, not because the tea leaves told you to. Or Miss Cleo and whatever form of that is today told you, or you read it in a magazine or a farmer's almanac, right? Like, just do it because your spirit, you want to do it and live and die by those consequences. That way you can't regret and be I should have never listened to.
Oh, good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is crazy. Just because you got that information to then go and change your whole thing that you're doing.
Radical, right? You mean radical.
Yeah, it's way too much. You gotta pull it back and remember who you are, because I think Mufasa might have said that the best, right? He said,
wait a minute,
Lion King, didn't he say remember who you are or it was it was him or Rafiki.
Rafiki.
Yeah, one of them, they said that. And
one of them. No, I was about to say Rafiki did it.
Yeah, it's between him and Mufasa.
No. So. Oh, well, actually.
Because he might have said, remember who you are. And then
but I think that was in the spirit world, though.
What? I think you're thinking of Naruto now. The spirit world.
Black Panther, you mean.
And that too, yeah, exactly.
They're all the same.
They have spirit world, but I'm pretty sure Lion King doesn't have no spirit world.
No, he had the spirit world when he was in the clouds, Glow.
No, that was in spirit world, though.
That's the spirit world.
No, he lives in the stars, not no spirit world.
That's the spirit world with other spiritual lions.
It's not a spirit world. It's in their world. He's existing as a star. They're saying the stars are your ancestors.
I think it could be argued.
I
interpreted that as a spiritual world.
It's not its world on its own. It's literally the world
know what
lives
Disney
in.
Was thinking.
You can tell by what they showed. It was portrayed as the world
in 1995 or whatever this
they weren't going on the spirit world, because if it was a spirit world, they would have shown like overcast over it, and the colors would have changed.
I liked how you have the interpretation of what a spirit world can be and should be and can only be. No, see what I mean?
But if just think
stuck
about
in your ways and only seeing the perspective
because
of you.
If you're having
how about agree to disagree?
But if you're having a spirit world, why would you show it exactly like your world?
And I will be stubborn just because it was the spirit world, and that's where Mufasa was.
Of all the things I've seen many spirit worlds too. I've never seen a spirit world.
Many spirit worlds?
Yes, and entertainment. Remember, we're good at entertainment. It said that in the Zodiac, so
you mean forms of entertainment.
I didn't come up with it. This just said what we do.
I think it said you in consume.
But exactly, a consumer doesn't know about what they consume. They're just like oblivious to everyeverything. It makes no sense.
You're so asinine. You killed me. Literally arguing around Lion King in our late 30s. No, I mean, this is absurd.
I can't believe that you think even if the spirit world exists in Lion King, they never showed it in the movie. That's all I'm arguing. They did not show Spirit World. It was not a world on its own.
We could see and make that interpretation.
If it was a spirit, I mean,
I think it was a glimpse into the spirit world.
Because even think about Black Panther, he went into the spirit world. It was a whole different world.
So that movie was made many years later, with real people.
Yeah, but I mean, I can go into any show that I've seen Spirit World in. It was actually its own
Disney
world.
Made?
Not Disney. It was any. Oh, so you want it to be Disney specific?
Yes.
I mean, Disney doesn't. I don't know if they have that many spirit worlds. But all I'm saying is that their Lion King wasn't the first. It wasn't a spirit world.
That was an interpretation.
What they were trying to show is that ancestors live in the stars. That's what they were. They literally showed the stars twinkle, and then they show Mufasa, and then you say, "Oh, that's the spirit world. Stars don't exist in our world." Like, I mean, come on.
Oh, is that what I said? You see? You all see what I have to deal with?
No, but that's the interpretation of what you said. That it couldn't have been the stars. It had to be the spirit world.
Yeah. It is what it is, and that's where I
can't fathom that. You think it's the spirit world.
You continue to rock your brain around.
It should at least be like some sort of... It had the scene would have to change fuzzy. None of that happened. It literally showed a shooting star, and then they showed a twinkling star.
Stuck in the mud on that one, sir.
That's just, I mean...
Good for you.
That's just astronomically different.
Cool. I thought now you're totally mind blown around Lion King. I'm so glad
I'm mind blown that you think there's a spirit world within the Lion King
That's
realm.
where Mufasa went. He didn't die. He's in the spirit world.
No, I mean, you're just trying to make this stuff up, though.
I'm not trying to make up anything. What I'm trying
no one
to
said
say
spirit world. You brought that in there.
Interpretation.
You brought spirit world. I mean, you're bringing in a whole thing.
Yeah.
Is there just like these, I don't know, these lion rulers over the world? I mean,
there's spirit lion leaders.
See, it gets too weird. That's why you don't want to do spirit worlds, because there's a whole thing with that. It's not so easily made. But see how your mind is blown?
I like it.
No, because you're trying to, because the problem is you say that anything's possible, so that's the problem. That's the problem.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's your biggest issue with your spirit worlds, and
I think that's your biggest issue with my freedom of thought and creativity.
No, yeah, you have freedom of thought, but now you're trying to say what other creators created, even though they never claimed it.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I have an interpretation, and you disagree with my interpretation.
All right, so you only feel that way then.
I can only speak from my mind.
Okay, but you're not making the claim that this is what they intended.
I'm saying that I interpret that as a spirit world. And do I think I'm right? Yes. But am I
your
open?
Interpretation's right.
Am I open to my interpretation being discredited or shown to be something different? Absolutely.
Man, I'd love to see a survey on.
But I'm not taking
what people think it is
from you.
I would love to see how many people would call it that. I bet you it wouldn't be a lot. Don't tell them Spirit World. Just say what happened in that scene. No one's going to mention Spirit World. No, there might be some, but not the majority.
Hey.
Yeah, and then we're going to go by majority rules, right?
No, you have to actually.
Or you just want to know what the creators.
I would love to speak with the creators. I would.
They can tell you what they were going for.
Actually, put the question and pose it to people, not try to hide the ball like you're trying to suggest. And you're going
to ask them literally is it a spirit world? Because some people might say
that scene resembled, right?
Yeah, and have just that.
Answers.
Don't.
But then I would also have a question: if you could describe that scene, select A, B, C, D.
So you're going to put it in there.
I would put it in there, and I would be curious to see what other people thought.
I think when you put it in there, somebody be like, well, maybe, I don't know, it could be a spirit world. But now you're leading them. That's a leading question.
But I wouldn't start with that. I would start with what's your verbal interpretation, so we would get their words on it. And then I would go to the next question being, if you could describe it, or if it was described, which one of these answers do you agree with the most? A, B, C, D, E. And that's where my answer would not be A, it could be D.
Well, it should be like X or something. Like,
the
just
fact
to make
that
sure
you are so perturbed by my
just have a lot of options
is hilarious.
I would just have a lot of options so that we can't lead people into making the
Is there
same
anything
decision.
else you'd like to say on this scenario other than your dismay?
I don't know how we got
thought?
into that, but because all we were talking about was that Mufasa said, "Remember who you are."
Well, you said Mufasa or Rafiki,
but it might have been Rafiki.
And then I was like, "Oh yeah, but Mufasa in the spirit." That's why you lost your mind as you're losing it all over again.
You try to place
we're not
people
go
different areas.
Yeah, a circular tyrant.
Yeah, that's
because
amazing.
We are at that time again. It's coming to the end of our 285th episode of WokeNFree. We had a really interesting time discussing or asking the question, does your zodiac sign say anything about your personality? So, Khalil, what do folks have to do now?
Come back next week for the new WokeNFree Wednesday episode. Make sure you follow us on social media to follow along the conversation. And make sure you tune in next week for WokeNFree Wednesday to join the conversation at WokeNFree.com.
If you'd like to be a guest on the show, we are considering guests for this year. So definitely hit us up on our Contact Us page at WokeNFree.com. That's WokenFree.com. For social, again, please find us, follow the conversations had on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, and LinkedIn at WokenFree. And all sponsorship and collaboration queries should be directed to our Contact Us page at WokenFree.com.
If you didn't already subscribe, please do share the episode and make sure you come back to join the conversation every Wednesday for WokenFree Wednesdays. Remember, WokenFree is more than a podcast. It is a way of life. Until next time.